Aloha, and thank you for photo reading with me today. So we're in a syntopic reading. This is taking a little bit longer than I had hoped, so hopefully I get better at it as we go. We've got 4 more books to go through. Today's book for our activation step in our syntopic reading is Attacking the King by J.N. Walker. Now, since I've started, before we start actually, in case you need your own copy of Photo Reading online course, you can pick it up through me in the link below. That makes it easy for you. Having this book can help you understand what syntopic reading is, as well as the tools that we'll be using. Of course, one of the tools is your giant mind map, so be sure you have your mind map available with you. This will spark inspiration and activation. This should be incubating in your mind quite a bit. And like I said, I've learned a lot thus far going through just these 4 books, activating, photo reading these 4 books. It's incredible what I now know about chess prior to what I did know just a month and a half ago about chess. So just in a month and a half, I've learned about the old notation of kingside, queenside in chess, as well as the international notation, where it goes A to H and 1 to 8, which is a lot of fun because the 100 greatest games of chess is actually notated in that way. Most of these books are. So what we're going to get into is activating, attacking with chess. So hopefully it's going well with you. The more you do this, the better you'll get. With anything, it takes practice, and there's going to be a moment where you go from frustration to curiosity, and that place is going to lead you to competency. Now, obviously, there's incompetent competence, and that's kind of where I'm at with my activation steps, so you got to find out where you are. Hopefully, throughout this process and more videos in the future, we'll get to a point where we feel more comfortable, and you'll start to see that this process of syntopic reading can happen within a week. 8 books in a week. That would be amazing. Why not? Set a goal for yourself. You can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. All you got to do is ask, how can I? Cool? So let's get started. Just realized I don't have something. So in case you do not have a prop, this is a good opportunity to understand what to use when you don't have the prop you typically use. So I must have left mine somewhere else because I do use it in certain ways, in certain times. So you got to understand what you might have around you. What could you use in place of it? Let's take a look. And what the heck, why don't we just use another book? Cool. Let's use the stack of books that we've already used. Just like this. Pow. Just like that. Whoa. Kind of works. Settles comfortably. Hey, why not just use another book? Cool. Excellent. Make sure all the pages are accessible. Alright, a little support from the wrist. Perfect. Maybe I step forward. Use the book on the chest. Any way you want to work this out. It's amazing what you can do. Anyways, you might have something else. Here's something I used to use. It's pretty simple. It's a little paperweight. You set right back here, it sits right there, then voila, you're ready to go. Takes a little dexterity with your hands and wrists, but you can use whatever you feel confident and comfortable with. Right on? Cool. So we're going to be using techniques in our syntopic reading as we photo read this book once again. Now we're not only using photo reading, we're going to use an activating technique known as rapid reading. So we're going to be doing several types of reading to activate more of this advanced stuff on this mind map, such as the reading types we'll be using is dipping, super reading, skittering, and rhythmic perusal. Now these are all techniques. As you use them, you get better with them. So just keep at it. You'll start to feel it working, and that learning process is a sense of understanding, a sense of surrendering to what is now capable within yourself. So always make sure you're positive. Stay positive. no matter how long you do photo reading, there's going to be something you gain from these books. So, now, just real quick, let's ponder about what we might want. I know the basics. I love the ideas. I may want to understand how to use more values in battle. Maybe try to get down more skewers, as well as understanding a couple ideas on forks. I'm trying to do a couple double pins and setting up combinations. I do understand that since attacking the king, it's more probably about the end game. So I do want to understand more methods of the end game. So that's the curious about that. I've got a blue pen in case I want to jot anything more down. This is quite erratic, but what's really cool about these mind maps is this is clear to me, and your mind map will be clear to you. All right, let's get started. We know this is by J.N. Walker, Attacking the King. Marvelous book. I was just getting into preview. So before we get into that, why don't we get into a prepared state of mind? You know, mine's right there. I'm ready to go. It's already soft, but let's do it together. Set your feet on the mat, on the ground. Stack your knees over your heels, and just sit tall in your chair. Be sure about 90 degrees inside your spine and hips. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and let it go. Yeah, good. Inhale this time. Use your imagination and picture number 3. Exhale, relax. Inhale, imagine a number 2. And relax. Inhale 1. Now imagine you're holding an orange in your palm of your hand. Place the orange in the back top part of your skull. Let it hover about 3 inches above that point so you can gently see yourself sitting there. And set the purpose why you want to get in this book. I've already set my purpose, so make sure you set yours. You know, I want to get into the understanding how to attack the king. My weakness in chess is the end game, so this is exciting. What you want to grow into is up to you. So I'll set another purpose. How can I increase my ability to see the end game and maybe set up combinations with skewers, forks, and pins to help me create a checkmate? Awesome. Let's see what I can get out of J.N. Walker. Okay, I know this is going to help me a lot as it's laid out for everything I was hoping for. Shows me notation, obviously I know that. Gives me a little extra about the symbols, excellent. And why not? Jot that down. Simple as this. Oh, the pawn has no symbol. That's a really cool, interesting fact. Here we go. Okay, king is K, queen is Q, obviously. Bishop is B, knight is N. Very important to know that K and N are not the same. And rook is R. Obviously, knight starts with a K, so does king, but it's a silent K, so let's use the N. That's it. Castling, important, is an O, and queen castling, that's kingside castling. Queen castling is an O-O-O. Takes is in little x. Moves 2 is a minus. I've never seen that done, so that's interesting. Might want to look into that as I go. And plus is a check. As most of the games that I've been able to play out, you know, the first 5 games are the 100 best games in chess, which is a lot of fun. Now, that's just practice. Now, I've not seen the notation of moves 2 in those, so that's nice that there's still tiny variables of this language that each individual chess players recognize over others. So that's kind of interesting. It's very subjective as you go along, because when I started, I understood the old notation of kingside, queenside. So as we go through the years, like this is 76. So 34, they used the old notation. It wasn't until like in the 50s or 60s or 70s that they changed it over to the international notation of A through H, 1 through 8. Anyways, let's get going. We already know the basics of the files. Kingside rank file rows, double pawns in price. A lot of good terminology. Quiet but deadly moves. Good to look out for. So, little hints here. Stuff that'll help you. Remember, this is your mind map. This is your activation. So you can do this as many times as you need. We'll only be going for like about 25 or so minutes. We'll see how long this takes. Searching for a check. Maybe there's something we can learn through here. Ooh, Dr. M.U. Max Ew. Excellent. Learned from him recently in an earlier book, Strategies and Tactics in Chess by Dr. M.U. So if he's referring us to that, we've learned a lot already from Dr. M.U. Okay, they take the analogy of the young lion quite literally here. Mauling and savage. The lesson. Checkmate ends a game of chess. That is a good lesson to know. Stalemate won't, but checkmate will. The value of pieces in battle. Here's a good point. Never be in a hurry. Always check that your king is safe, and remember that a game is never over before the last move has been made. Until then, you can still lose. You're playing against yourself, so you might think, I'm going to go faster. That's always a fun little thing to know. Chess is like boxing. I can agree with that. You don't want to go all out and waste all your energy all at once. You need to conserve your energy, see how your opponent strikes and attacks, and use their energy, and then maybe use it against them. Rather than against yourself. There are moments you can lure players away, and then take their piece by luring. That's pretty interesting. Getting deeper into chess, it gets quite complicated. But as we incubate, as we activate, and hopefully the idea is that we will open our minds to I don't know, further procure information about it. Get excited about the information and be like, all right, I get that. Aha, I get that. That aha moment will come. You just gotta be patient. Patience is the key to perseverance. So in the king's attack, sacrifices should gain 3 things. Gain time, remove defenders, and open up the king. Okay, I think I've done that before, and certainly it's been done to me before, so I can see it as from a defending place standpoint, so it's nice if I can get it into attacking form. Here's a beware. Beware when you sacrifice, there is no turning back. Quite important point. The general value, like one of my questions was understand more values in battle. So general value is the obvious value. A queen is worth more than a rook because she is more powerful. She can do more. A rook is worth more than a bishop, and so on. So that's a simple value rule. The immediate value is much less obvious. So there's general and immediate. Value is less much obvious. It's based on what the piece can do in the actual position in the game. So that's interesting. The difference between these values will become clear if we look at game 6. That's nice. There we go. The general value of white pieces is large. He has a queen and a knight more. The median value of white's pieces is small because they are all undeveloped and can be absolutely nothing to help their king avoid the checks. That's excellent. So this is protection versus sacrifice. Giving something is better than nothing. Getting him stuck in perpetual check, stalemate by attacking the king. Okay, 2 ways in which a player who is hopelessly behind, and I've done this many times, gotten stuck in draws this way. The perpetual check and the stalemate by attacking the king. That's tough. Sometimes in a game you can run around at the end and constantly get in check, but never checkmate. And game goes on forever. It's in some ways like Chess Ultra. It's known as shucks. No legal moves remain. So that's one way. That's also a way for stalemate occur. Stalemate by attacking the king. Now, stalemates aren't fun. You could be this close to beating someone, but not move the piece just right for a checkmate, end up getting a stalemate, and it's absolutely frustrating because you work so hard to create that scenario, and then you take one tiny step one direction, and you're like, ah. So there are moments where you will get better because you'll see that I stalemated so many times. Aha, that's how we move so I can checkmate the person. So practice makes better, so keep on going. Winning is important. See, as you keep on going, play to win, not to be clever. Alright, that's nice to know. Because if you get clever, you might trick yourself. Kind of similar to getting into a lie, and you keep building that lie further and further and further until it's gotten so out of hand that you don't even know how to think straight. Instead, just focus, how can I win this match? You're battling yourself, so you might as well take the time to see that. Now, that's my interpretation, of course. The way you read stuff, the way you activate stuff, the way you see stuff, your perspective is so important. So listen to yourself. Make sure you're positive with yourself and find out what this book is telling you. Because like I set a purpose. You need to set a purpose. This is my activation. You make an activation. Have fun with it, and let's keep going. Pieces are important. Pieces are valuable. Maintain your pieces. I know these things seem simple, but basics and fundamentals can take you far. Look at most professionals. They do the basics and fundamentals so much that they get so good at it, they can see it when they're asleep. Yeah, and you want pieces, obviously. Here we go. Chapter 3, Firepower, the Road to Checkmate. You want the pieces to get to checkmate. This is how we grow into the attacking form. So this is nice. So if you, let's say, I know the two powerful ones are rooks. Make sure you have rooks and a queen. You can win every game. You start to lose those, and you'll have bishops, knights. You may have a little bit harder time. So take care of your pieces. Can help if the rooks have an open file. Make it a little more power. Obviously, file is the line there. If it's open, there's no pieces in that line. And most like every one of these books, it's important to play out some of these games to get the most out of them. I'm a big fan of philosophy and reading how it may affect the game and mental and mindset. So I love playing it out as well. It's very crucial to do both. You'd be surprised how evasive a knight can be when it starts setting itself up for checks and creating scenarios that you just walk yourself into other checks. It's quite impressive. Here's a good question answer summary. What are you trying to do in a game of chess? Answer: checkmate the enemy king. Question: which piece will the enemy defend most carefully? Answer: his king. Conclusion: the enemy king is likely to be well guarded, so it will be the most difficult target for you to attack. Some things you learned from the past: try to control the center. Seize good open files. We just learned again. Attack when you see that the firepower of your pieces is far greater. So having better pieces, having the more value, can help you understand if you're going to win a game or not. Imprison king. Oh, okay, so if you castle yourself, you might imprison yourself. That can be tough. Snapmates. These are for unexpected victims, basically. If they don't know they're putting themselves in the position, you can take a person out with a queen in the corner. There's also more complicated options. If they block themselves in with 3 pawns down the line, what is it called? No name for it. You can get traps. You want to be careful where you're placing your king. You want to have an open escape route, or at least a way to block incoming attacks with defense. Very important. Get looking at the pictures, start playing them out if you can. Smothered mate, never heard of that before. This is for in-games. Smothered mate, snap mate. Nice to know. Checkmate. Alright. Keep on going, you're doing great. Okay, I see. That'll be tough. Smothered mate, if you get the king, bishop, queen, 2 pawns right there in front of the king and bishop, get a knight there with a pawn next, and get the queen open over here in d2 or d7. You might have an opportunity to block him in there. Knight checkmates. Yeah. Anyways, find this page 54. You want to get into that. Smothered mate. The back rank. Very important to recognize that if it's open, you can get attacked by a rook. Happens all the time. Be aware of it. It's a big mistake. Okay, very important to know. Cool. Things to recognize is that when you create an end game, it's trying to win, not playing not to lose. So you may know that how you're practicing all these things so you don't lose, but you're actually practicing them so you understand how to win better. Or you just practice them how you like. You know, it's your choice. And classic checkmate. There's fool's mate and scholar's mate. Different couple times checkmate in the opening. Pretty simple. Should recognize some of those, or try to. The king in the center. The castled king. Aha! So this is something I want to come back into the H file. This is going to be great for me because I want to work on more of my in-game techniques. Come back to play all these little tiny checkmates is a great way to learn. The fianchetto position. Ooh, I like that. More advanced. The fianchetto position. I like that a lot. Okay. Using the bishop and queen, queen, rook, and bishop, or bishop and rook. I like that. Oh, there's several. It's attacking in the corner. This is fun. This is a great way to use a smother mate. Using the fianchetto. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. The fianchetto position. There's minor pieces. Back rank. Oh, cool. So this is a great way. Queenside castling. King. Excellent. Part 2. Building a king attack. Here we go. Wow, this is a deep book. Okay, in the beginning opening, you should be developing your pieces, not attacking the king. So usually you want to castle around 10, move 10. So castling the king is probably when you start attacking, or somewhere after move 9, I would assume. Let's see if it actually answers that question for us. Answer the dream. Okay, buried inside 10 moves. Whew. Again, that's just a dream, beating someone in 10 moves. Simplest form of quick attacks with former 4-move or Scholar's Mate. Or the Fool's Move. This is going to go over those in deeper qualifying practices. The King Hunts. I like that. Okay. Keep on going through this using all techniques. See which ones pull you in where you want to grow from. King Hunt is a powerful mate. That's nice to know. King Hunt. King Hunt. That's fun. I've been in those King Hunts before. End up in a stalemate. Hopefully not after reading this book. Hopefully more often get into some checkmates. Alright. Target for attack. Very cool. Let's get into more technical stuff. Case of missing a pawn. Love it. The pen. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Keep on going as far into the book as you want to go. Activate as long as you want, and then come back later and do some more. The beauty about books is there's not enough time to read them all. And so you should spend as much time with whatever books you want. Gain whatever you want out of the book. At least that's what PhotoReading offers. Keep on going and have fun with what you gain in the knowledge you grow with. It's already inside you. You just got to get that spotlight on it. Obviously, you don't want to get your king stuck in the center. But how to catch a king in the center? You have made him a move. His own pieces are in the way, and you attack the square over which he must cross. You tie him to one of his own defenders. Kind of just slowly nudge him in the direction you want. It's kind of like herding a sheep. And you get to be a sheepdog. Once you get a king move, if you can get him in a perpetual check, you should be able to move him wherever you want. If you have open space and you set your pieces in a nice attacking position. Yeah, and you never want to underdevelop your castling. That is something we've already talked about, and this is something this just reiterates over and over and goes into more complex detail. It's always great. Beware of artificial castling. Beware the queen exchange. Okay, that's actually an important rule. So don't lose your queen by sacrificing or taking their queen and, If they take your queen, don't take their queen. Or don't set up that position where they can take your queen and you take their queen, because the power of a queen is very important, and they can use it against you. Storming the castle position with pawns. Now that's a fun thing. Setting up that way, I've been attacked a few times, and if you don't get out of the castling in a certain way, pawns can destroy you. A counterattack in the center is always the best answer to an attack on the side of the board. Clever. Weakening the fortress. Love that everything is, who knows? Warrior heavy. Destroy the weakened pawn shield. Wriggle pieces in through the holes in the pawn shield. I like that. You get eight pawns, one big shield. You can move them a certain way and protect that wall. Support yourself. Support in the same way that you want to go out and be confident in things you do with like photo reading. Support yourself. Let yourself know you can do this. You can find ways to win. Storming the fortress. All right. I like that there's summaries to everything in this book, and there's even an epilogue summarizing every single thing. Piece. Marvelous. So that was nice. Obviously, it'll be fun to go back into this book, try some of those checkout mates, or check out some of those checkmates. Try them out on a board. Just see if I'm starting to recognize these things on the chessboard. So, what's been really interesting activating these chess books is that, I'm not afraid to play chess anymore. Not even a little bit. It's quite interesting. The fear has gone away, and that's pretty interesting. There's 3 more books during this syntopic reading to the activation technique, step 5 of photo reading whole mind system. This was the Attacking the King with J.N. Walker. Hopefully you gained a lot out of that. You're reading it yourself and you're enjoying it. If you don't have the whole mind course, obviously again, you can get it right in the link below. Love for you to buy it from me. Helps me out, helps you out. And I guess that ends this activating session. Now, next session will be the U.S. Chess Federation Official Rules of Chess. That's going to be thick. Probably do a little less time on that because that one, hey, if you're going to go into chess refereeing, if there's such a thing, maybe that's a good question. Are there referees in chess, and maybe what are they called? Maybe that's the book for you. So, thanks again. I appreciate you. Keep enjoying your reading. Get out there and grow, because that's what we are. Aloha. Have a good day. Bye for now.